All right, all right, all right. Sister Deborah in the house. Shalom and shalom. Coming again, Sister Deborah with a message, part two to the coming in the spirit of warning. Part two. Coming in the spirit of warning. Part two. Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely evening in which the Most High Yah has made, and I, Sister Deborah, shall rest therein. I'm coming again today with a part two of Coming in the Spirit of Warning. Part two. And what I'm about to say has a lot to do with other prophets that have spoken unto my spirit and have been allowed by the Most High Yah to comfort me in this time of darkness. These are the end days. These are not the days in which they have walked therein, but these are days that they can tell me what it was like during the time that they walked therein. And I thank the Most High for them and using them as an example for those who have an ear to hear. We can hear what Yah has ordered them in their day and time to walk therein. And it's a blessing to have my brothers. I mean, to me, those are my, even though they're not here, but yet they are. They right here, y'all. It's a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual connection I have with Solomon. It's a spiritual connection I have with Ezekiel. It's a spiritual connection I have with Jacob. It's a spiritual connection I have with Jeremiah. These are the ones that the Most High has lately had them to minister to my spirit. Okay, you remember when Yeshua was going to be led to the mountaintop, and he was in the wilderness, and he was in a fast, and then it was telling you the angels were ministering to him. You see what I'm saying? So in that's how Deborah have experienced Solomon, Jacob, Ezekiel, and Jeremiah, because they have ministered to me the things I need to know as far as enduring what is set before me because of what they've been through. You know, and they come to all the way to the edge. They went all the way to the edge, and they can tell me exactly what it was like. I feel so special. I really do. I feel so special in such a way in the Most High Yah, because for him to allow them to minister to my spirit when I get in a situation where I'm trying to understand the mindsets of today and those that are living today. And I'm here too. I'm seeing one thing from the wilderness. They're saying a whole bunch of jibber jabber that's not true. And from the level of what I'm seeing, they're seeing something totally different. And I'm trying to piece things together. And if it had not been for Solomon, Jeremiah, and like I said, Ezekiel and Jacob, I just thank Jacob, because Jacob bust Judah out the ballpark with me, because it made me realize why you sitting and you're talking about what these men are doing and how they're doing. First, I have to understand before they can do it to me. They did it to their father Jacob, and before they can do it to Jacob, they did it to Isaac, and before they could do it to Isaac, they did it to Abraham, and before they can do it to Abraham, they had already did it to their creator. They had already did it to the Father, the creator of all things. So when I hear that from Jacob, it soothes me in my spirit to know that Deborah, these things need me. They're not going to bend over backwards, or the crooked ain't going to get straight and the straight ain't going to get crooked. Everything is going to go according to the way the Most High has predestined, ordained, willed it, anointed it appointed it. Whether it's good, whether it is evil, it's still going to go according to his will. And when you feel him in the midst of it all, that's a blessing in itself. And let me tell you what that is. That's the comforter. That's that comforter, because he's letting you know, I'm going to comfort you no matter if it's good or if it's bad. I'm going to comfort you in the spirit to let you know it's all well. And see, when the spirit allow you to receive those type of blessings, what more? Why would I turn my face away from a creator in his spirit realm dealing with me? Why would I turn away from him to be led by a man? Why? I'm going to say a lot of things to you all, and I'm going to deal with Solomon a great deal, because Solomon is really, I kind of feel like Solomon, in his day and time, and when he had what all he had, but in spite of the riches and all the things that he had, and he worked toward preparing, he had the Most High Yah. That's greater than any materialistic and anything that you all on the face of the earth could even, I wouldn't even desire nothing on the face of the earth over the Most High Yah. So I'm coming in the spirit of warning to those who are elect of the Most High Yah, to let you know it's time to come on in. It's time to come on in. It's not time to collect others. It's not time to make sure they understand this and they get this right and they're doing this, or they understand who they are. It's not that type of time. I would never want to know who I am as flesh and blood over whom I am. I would never want to know who I am as flesh and blood outright, or overall over whom I am. It's whom I am that out top who I am in the flesh. It's not important to me that Abraham and Isaac and Jacob and I'm one of the tribes. That is what had taken place that come to deceive many, because what it did is I don't think we were as much as deceived as the spirit began to minister to me. And then I hear Jacob, and I hear Solomon, and then I hear Ezekiel, and I hear Jeremiah. I said, wait a minute now. This is something these people have been doing way before they even got over here. And that's why the Most High sent them my way. Sent their spirit my way so I could be up under them and hear the things that they had to suffer and the things that they went through. So it showed me it has nothing to do with you being in slavery. It has nothing to do with you being in captivity. It has nothing to do with none of that. Okay? It has to do with you as a people. Okay? So the warning is this. To all the tribes that think for 1 minute that they are so special to where they can disrespect, dishonor, okay, profane, and have no integrity about themselves when they standing and they living and using the Most High as a, how would I say it? Like he said, like he's some sort of a beast or animal. That a dog you can rub whenever you feel like it and walk, and take him to the park. No, Yah is not like that, and that's one thing you can find that in Romans chapter 1, because they want to treat him like he's some type of either a man or animal. They're not treating him as if he is the creator of all things. Okay. And the warning is, you better get off that horse. You better get off that horse, and because that horse is riding really high around about now, and if it only can see what Sister Deborah can see from the wilderness, I will jump off that horse and start running to the closest spiritual light I can get to, because what they're doing is not leading nobody nowhere but to damnation. That's all, and they thinking that they got the people thinking one way. And it's nowhere near what they can precept, what they can understand, and the way that they are leading people. And the saddest thing is, this still, no matter what, this still is my Father's will. It's his will, it's his way. and it is finished. All of it is finished. So I'm bringing the coming in of the spiritual of warning, because I'm spirit in the spirit realm. I'm warning you. Okay. He that knows what it's like to walk in the spirit, or know what it's like to be in the presence of it, you better get in it the right way. And I mean, you better think seconds about playing this natural game with people. No, it's not time. This where we at. It's not time to get up under and buckle up under many that's forming all kind of organizations and groups, church, and all kind of deceiving. Okay, camps, deceiving. It is the spirit of deceiving is booming. It has always, but right now it is booming in a way that's unbelievable, because people are believing everything that they hear. I'm coming to those in the spirit, those that desiring to walk with Yah hand in hand in the spirit. And I'm sending you a warning. Know the difference between your dark and your night. I mean, your dark and your light. Okay. Your dark, let's say, know the difference between day and night. Okay. Know the difference. Know the difference between dark and light. You got to know the difference. And if you're going to walk in the day and in the light, you better start heading that way, because I'm going to tell you something. This thing is no play. This thing is no play. I'm so busy trying to stay away from a lot of messages that's on this devil platform. And I thank the Most High that I think I'm doing pretty well. And I thank him for that, because the messages is still out there to deceive and lead people in the darkness. It's not taking, these people are not taking the people nowhere near the light. They're taking them further in the darkness, to where, if you ever knew how darkness was, it's a darkness they call midnight darkness. I mean, pitch dark. That's where they're leading the people. I hear people, especially our men, talking about getting our house in order, and they still talking about submitting to your leader, submitting to your husband. But I'm gonna tell you something. If you are in the light, hear me well. If you are in the light, submit to that light and go in that direction. This is not time to follow some man because he wants to keep tainting you under the word that man has created, to the point where you don't hear it coming out of Yeshua HaMashiach mouth. You don't hear it coming out of the mouth of Yah. You hear it coming out of the mouth of man. You hear it in here, and you hear it in man today. They saying a lot of things, because understand, you're in the light, stay in it. Don't turn around and do a about face and say, no, I want to try out the darkness. If I'm in light, I'm going to go over and get him out of the darkness and bring him into the light. Or if she's in darkness, I'm going to go get her out of darkness and bring her to the marvelous light. No, you can't take anyone. You have to get there. And when they see your light shine, it would cause them to desire what you have. So it's so much how would I say it, working and walking, okay, this journey, then more so trying to get people to understand what's going on, to get them to be able to read this book and understand, or to get them to understand your Father in heavens, to get them to understand your light, your personality, your love, your mercy, your grace, and your kindness, your forgiving spirit, or whatever. You cannot get them to, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. And like I said, if I would have continued, because if you hear me talking, the reason why I always speak toward the men is because they're the one that's going to be heavy judged. They're the one that Yah is beholding. They're the one that Yah has the issue with, and they just don't see it. and they won't see it. Let me tell you something. If a person is, say for instance, if I would be submissive to my husband, okay, you have to understand the word submissive is for the flesh. You understand what I'm saying? So if I submit to my husband and my husband has not submitted to Yah, and I cannot behold my husband submitting to Yah, just as Sarah. It got to the point Sarah knew who Abraham was following and serving, to where she called him Lord. She had every right because she saw Abraham with her own eyes walking in Yah. You see what I'm saying? What they don't understand, when you submit to a man, you have to understand you're submitting to his flesh. Okay. So while they're teaching you, oh, you submit to your leader who got ruler over you, you submit to your husband. You know what I'm saying? Those are flesh. Okay. Those are the things that is flesh. The things that one should submit to is the commandments in which Yah has given us. Let's say one of the commandments says, honor your mother and father. You must submit to that. Okay. You know, when it says, thou shalt not kill, you must submit to that. You see, these commandments is what you submit to. He never said in none of the commandments, you must submit to your husband. No, those are man-made words that have been put on in here. You have to be able to rightly divide the word of truth. And what happens is, if you submit to your husband and you submit to his flesh, then that's what you're going to be living with, a life of flesh. But if you submit to your husband because you see that he has submitted to Yah, then you submit not just to his flesh, but to his spirit. See what the men, let me tell you all something out there. What the men don't understand is this. There's two ways to submit to a man. You can submit to his flesh, or you can submit to his spirit. The flesh serves the flesh. And that's what you all been hearing on these platforms. Submit to me. They are so eager to be kings, leaders, and rulers till they got people and silly women thinking it's about submit to me. No, you're needing to submit to his spirit. Why? Because if his spirit has submitted to Yah, okay, then you submit to his spirit and take him at that value, because you can't take him at the flesh. The flesh, if it has not submitted to Yah, then why are you submitting to his flesh? You see what I'm saying? You can't get order in a house. You can't get order in a church. You can't get order in a camp. You can't get order in anything when you submitting to the flesh. You're going to have chaos all over the place. It's when you submit to the spirit of that man, because his spirit has truly submitted to Yah, and you will feel so protected because he have loved Yah, and you see his love for the same creator that you love, but his love is just so, he put him first. You'll see him, when he submit to Yah, you'll see a man put Yah first. And everything he do, you'll notice he recognized Yah. He even let you know when I prayed to the Most High. Or he would, throughout the days, you hear him talking about his relationship with his father. You hear him talking about how his father, he dealt with his father, how his father communed with him. You better submit to a man like that. You better submit to a man like that, because that's the type of submitting to a man that Yah will want you to. But this flesh, submitting to man in his flesh, no, you do not. So I'm speaking to those that are out there that are walking in the spirit. I'm coming to you in a spiritual warning. Submit to any man or anyone who has ruler over you, that you can behold, because you're serving your Yah. You can behold that they are serving Yah with all their heart, soul, mind, and strength. The first commandments. And you see them loving their neighbors as themselves. That's the sort of man you want to submit to. When a man has compassion, okay, for his children and his wife that the Most High has given him, not his wives, because you know what? He ain't got that much compassion in him. A man don't have that type of love to be able to disperse to women and wives. He has that type of lust, but he don't have that type of love. You see, his first love should be Yah. And when his first love is Yah, let me tell you, a man out of Yah's own heart, a man that loves the Most High Yah, a man that has submitted to the Most High Yah, he ain't gonna have time to want any wives. That's the difference for when they teaching silly women to believe that they are to have and do anything that they want. So any women out there that are walking in the spirit, okay, and you know that you're walking in the light, if you're following and you're submitting yourself to the flesh of man, you are going to get left behind. This is a spiritual warning to any woman that submits herself to the flesh of man. If that man has not submitted to the order of the Most High Yah, and you do not behold this, you do not feel this, but yet you just want to follow him because what he's teaching you in a form of deceiving you so he can gain the control that makes him feel like he's serving the Most High Yah. You see, and that's what is going on. And I kind of hate this, but anybody who, and I'm going to tell you this, anybody who continue to disrespect the Most High Yah, dishonor him, profane his name, and have no respects or regards to his word that proceed out of his mouth. Let me tell you something. Deborah going to talk about them day and night and day every chance she get. Because the reality is that anybody that step on the creator that I serve, I don't care what I say about you. You see, it's almost, I know he wouldn't want me to, but I feel when you mess with him, you mess with me. He's my all in all. He's my everything. And some. So why would I stand around and be taught from the wilderness, and I become here and behold this, and I'm turning my face to hear a man sit and talk all this here nonsense? It's time, men and women, if you are walking in the spirit, which is in the light, turn yourself, this is a warning, from those who want to be ruler over you, kings and leaders over you. They want you to submit to their authority. They want you to submit to their calling. They want you to submit to who they think they are. Run from them. The only thing you must submit to is he that have submitted to the Father himself, Yahuwah. If he has not submitted to the Father, Yeshua HaMashiach, run. This is not something they can say. Don't you see the pastors and the bishops and the priests? You see how they cutting up from the floor up and been doing it for years. Pedophiles and everything. You know what I'm saying? Messing with young girls in the church, the piano players, they messing with them too. You see? the people who sing and the organ players, all the pastors are having them. When I say all, you all, I'm talking about what I've heard. Not all of them, like every last one. I'm just saying this is how I heard from men that are gay that plays the instructors and of the music in the church. All right, you should hear what they have to say. These pastors these are not men you're supposed to submit to. These are not men you're supposed to get up under. These are not men that you're supposed to be that should be leading you and guiding you. When you go in that direction, y'all don't have no how would I say it? He don't have no protection for you under that. You just take your butt on under there, under that type of lifestyle if you want to. God forbid, because I'm talking to those that walking in the spirit. And I know you hear me. If you're out there, it doesn't matter if you hear me or not. When the Spirit of the Most High Yah told me, Deborah, whatever I give you to say, it's going to the wind. Whether they get it or not. That's how all the prophets took out every information. They spoke it. It didn't go in the ear of the man, because if it went in the ear of the people would have been able to think of it and think about it and consider it. It didn't go into their ear. It went straight in and straight out. So it never reached them. But whatever they said, it went to the wind. You know why I know it went to the wind? Here I am today, a living witness that I understand what you said, Solomon. I understand you, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, and Jacob. Thank you for the warning. Thank you, Jacob, for the warning. It was so important that Jacob leave with his 12 sons the message that he left, because when he was speaking to them, he was speaking to Sister Deborah. He was sending me a message, Deborah, while you sitting here trying to open up the eyes of the brothers and get them to understand they in error and they not where they should be. Guess what? They wasn't like that with me. They've been like that for a long time. Don't think they're going to change. That's what Jacob was saying. That's what he was saying about the tribe of Judah. He said, they ain't going nowhere. They ain't no change. You see, a lot of people will look at that and they never would think to hear Jacob give the last words to his 12. Go back there and read it. Go back and read Jacob telling his 12 sons when he said, gather yourself together. Go back there. And then also, when you hear him say, gather yourself together, you're going to see that they didn't gather themselves together. See, he was getting ready to sleep, which is that. They wasn't gathering themselves together. So you hear the Spirit of Yah says, gather yourself together, you sons of Jacob. See, he had to come on the scene to help Jacob out. Because they was disobedient even to their own father. They was willing to destroy their father's son and never let their father see the child in which he loved again. That's a hardened heart for sons to do their father like that. And then we get over here in this Western world trying to pretend that, oh, they doing us wrong. They doing this to us. And they go back to the cross. Go back to the cross and understand that was you who say, crucify your Savior. That was you, tribe of Judah. And the other 11 tribes, that was you all. Even to today, you're still saying, crucify him. This is a warning. This is a warning to those who are already walking in the light and in the spirit. This is warning you. Don't turn back. Don't go backwards. Keep your eyes and focus on the light, because everything around you is vain and it is vast. It is worthless. So when you think, oh, we're supposed to fellowship and we're supposed to, wait a minute. How you gonna fellowship with anybody who haven't fellowship with Yah one-on-one themselves? They have to have a relationship with the Most High Yah, a spiritual relationship. This is a warning. Anybody that you want to join in group and organization, anything, you have to be able to spiritually behold them, have a one-on-one relationship with the Most High Yah. And if they don't have a relationship with the Most High Yah, run as fast as you can out of their direction. And you sit and you tell the Most High that you're going to keep running until he run you into what you need to run into. Stop going backwards, you guys. You're chosen to walk forward in this light. Because there's some things about to happen to where your light going to have to be shining so that people can see in the midst of all the darkness that's taking place. Yah, how dare we think that he's not going to have a light shining in the midst of all this darkness? We don't want him to have no prophet. We don't want him to have no prophetess. We don't want him to have no light. We don't want him to have no judgment. We don't want him to have no correction. Who do we think we are? Telling the Creator what to do with what is his. Never let this book outride the Creator himself. Once you walk in the Spirit and you read this book, it will bring you to his bosom, straight to his mouth. And you would hear what he got to say to you. But you can't hear what he got to say to you when you have all these deceiving spirits coming and telling you, oh, it's this, it's that, we this and we that. Oh, it's this, oh, they doing this to us, they bothering us, they killing us. Y'all said you are a liar and the truth has never been found in you since the beginning. That's how bad of a situation we are in today. It's when the Most High Yah can say such a thing and mean it. Have you ever given it a thought when these same ones saying they bothering us, they killing us, and we the people? You was the same one that said, crucify him, crucify him. And you still saying it today out of your ugly mouth. You don't have no respect for the Most High Yah. Just because you saying a word out of your mouth don't mean you honor him. Don't mean you have respect for him. And you keep profaning his name amongst the heathens. You know why it's so important that you not profane his name in the midst of the heathens? Because the heathens have more respect for him than the 12 tribes. And he said, don't get in front of them and try to make me look bad because I put you under my name. Don't you do it. But what you do? You do it anyhow. All on the four corners have you profaned his name. I know you did it 100 times 100 because I was saying to the Father, I said, what is this? Father, wait a minute. If a people came all the way from their land to here on ships, why wasn't they harming your name, Father, on them ships? Why wasn't they quoting Moses? They just everything. Why wasn't they talking to you and moaning to you, Father? He said, because Deborah, they were this type of people they are today. They were like that yesterday. See, the biggest thing Yeshua told the 12 disciples was, be not deceived. Because he knew your own tribes would deceive you to believe a lie than to believe the truth. They have successfully completed. They lie. They lie to you all. And you eat it up like a full meal deal at McDonald's. Mickey D's, I think they call it that. I don't know. It's a sad thing. It's a sad thing. It's a very sad thing. So my warning is spiritual warning to those who know what it's like to walk into the light. They have seen the light. They desire the light. They want to walk therein because they know that's where you're going to find the comforter. You're going to find the teacher. You're going to find he that revealed to you. He's going to give you the fullness of who Yeshua HaMashiach is, because these ignorant men on this platform, I'm so sick of the tribe of Judah not even understanding who Yeshua HaMashiach is, which is known as the world as Jesus Christ. Now, if the world calls him Jesus Christ, it's better than them for them to call him Jesus Christ than a people that was called by his name still today don't even understand who their Savior really is. They still sitting here trying to figure out, well, wait a minute. He said they keep on debating themselves. They changed their messages so much because they still battling with spirit and truth. Because what I realized, y'all didn't give them the fullness. See, with me, I look at it, I be just thinking, okay, everybody got the fullness. Oh, no, they don't. Spiritual warning to those who are walking in the light. Head to the light. Do not turn back. Do not look back. Do not look back at those who wants to tell you how to do it, the way to do it. This is how you walk. You make this turn. You do this here. You let these men lead. You let them guide. They let them rule. You make them as king. You ain't no king until you have crowned the King of glory. In your spirit must you crown him. You can't crown him with your mouth. You can't crown him with your fringes. Women, you can't crown him with your right head. You can't crown him in the flesh. You got to crown him in the spirit of who he is. And he's willing to be crowned. We're walking around here living a life of flesh and saying who we are. You ain't going over to the world. You're not going over to the promised land. Go back. We want to mimic how he brought us out from Israel, from Pharaoh's hand, and he drowned the soldiers. Baby, it's going to repeat itself. And the same one that's going to come out, guess what? You're not going to come out like you think. You're going to come out just like they did to a land of really where you at. You're not going over there to the promised land. Remember when he took those that was brought out, they didn't make it to the promised land? Sister Deborah telling you likewise. It's going to repeat itself. You ain't going nowhere. You got too many ugliness, wicked spirit for too long. Did you know when he said jealousy, that was something we were supposed to grip? Okay, wait a minute. We didn't wrong him for so long. You know, he ushering in the Gentiles. You know, we need to get it. It's so many things he have done since we've been in this land, a Western land. He done so much. This is a warning to every last one of you. He have done so much to get you to still see. Last minute to see. You're gonna be like it was 40 years. And still, now made it to the promised land. Likewise, you ain't going. So start walking to the spirit, in the spirit of light. Start loving him with all your heart, soul, and mind and strength. Because guess what? He's all that you have. So if you think that you got a man to lead you, rule you, and guide you, I'm talking to men as well. Matter of fact, I'm talking to them. If you think you can be ruled and lead and guide by these men, you go right ahead. You're going to remain in her because they are in her. You see? While they talking, oh, we the people, but I'm sure those that was in the wilderness, was also bragging on who they were. But you've been too long. Too long. This whole mission of dispersing you all to the four corners and taking you away from your land because of what you continue to do with him and his name, and then the land in which he owns that's sealed by him, you sat and polluted it. And then walking around here talking about they over here bothering us. You polluted the land of milk and honey. That's why you can't keep your community clean. Your neighborhood is raggedy and dirty and trashy. Because that's who you are. You are ugly people. And yes, I can say that. This is a warning to those who are walking or going in the direction of the light, which is the spirit of Yah. Go and don't turn back to this nonsense. Because this nonsense ain't going to be what's going to keep you. You hear ignorant men saying that these women don't have a man in the house. I'm going to feel sad for them. They're going to rape you. Look, they've been raping you before they was raping them. Oh, but you won't tell that we. Go back to Genesis. Oh, it's all up in there. But no, y'all ain't going to tell that lot. Young men, meaning boys and men. See, them boys was getting it way before them girls was getting it. Only thing about the girls, you turned them into cattle. You sold them to get money. See, it's a lot of ugliness of these are people being and have been. And y'all been destroying them by great numbers. Because when he gets so fed up, oh, he'll do away with you. And right now, that's why I say I love his will. Oh, he got a plan. Oh, yes, the Most High Y'all got a plan for you. And this is a warning. So if you wants to keep men, I'm talking to you wants to keep running behind these men, in the way they teaching you, you go right ahead, baby, because this is the time. This not the time, but it's the time for you. Go follow them. You need to unite. You need to be in union, and you need to be under submissive. You need to be under rulership. You go right ahead. Because a man that runs behind a man for rulership and king, needing a king, is a man that don't need Yah. So go. You cannot be the light of Yah running up behind these men, especially every last one of them on this devil platform. You cannot be the light. See, the light is lit, and it can be up on a hill. It can't be hidden. That's what you follow. That's what you follow, and that is whom you shall follow. So a spiritual warning to everybody that's out there who's desiring to follow that which is evil and wicked, and you're calling it good. You're calling it good. I was listening to Solomon minister to me today. He said, Deborah, the crooked can't be made straight. And the wanting is many. Do you know what that means? That's just how messed up it is from the floor up back in his days. He's warning me to tell me about, look, so don't get bent, stay tall, stay firm, stay in the will of the Father, and know that you own the right path. Because when they have to come and minister to me, that's letting me know it ain't you, baby. It ain't you. You just speak it and let it go to the wind. Because what happens is, Yah's word shall not come back void. You see? And reason why he wants you to know that is, even though you don't listen to it and it seems like ain't nobody hearing it, it won't come back to me, boy. Because I sent it out, it shall return unto me. See, that's how ignorant people are. That's how they don't know who he is and his power. I want to go over something, several things too. You all, I hear the sad souls. I'm going to say the sad spirit of our men talking about Yeshua HaMashiach, which the world calls Jesus Christ, which I don't have no problem with that. They call him Jesus Christ, but those who are saying they're the children, they run around here profaning his name and disrespecting him and dishonoring him in every way that they can possibly do that. You see? And how could that outride the word Jesus Christ? It can. It can't, and it won't. See, they can sit and say, oh, they calling him Jesus Christ. But if you only knew what these men are doing to profane and dishonor and disrespect the Most High Yah, it outweigh heavier than the Gentiles calling them Jesus Christ. You see, I messed up from the flow up. It is because they want you to focus on that part so that they can continue doing their part, which has no connection with Yah's part, which is deep, which is sad, because they want to throw you off. See, that's why they want to throw in this awakening. They want to take the dice and say, shoop, it's the awakening. Wake up, our people. We the people. We the people. Let me tell you something. When you really walk in the light will show you. You always knew who you were. It's just your disobedience and stiff-necked and rebellion and your dishonor and your profaning his name and you're polluting everything that he has set before you. And then you turn around and don't have no respect for him. And then call yourself the children. Many of them would have called themselves the children because Abraham had like the stars in the sand, but it ain't like that now. What happened to all the children? That small remnant, let me tell you something. It ain't gonna even touch the realm of what you constantly teaching and reading everybody going. See, what you don't understand is he got a plan. And a lot of people are preparing. This is a spiritual warning to those who think that going over to the promised land of the promise to Abraham is the assurance of the kingdom, eternal kingdom. No. That's just the promise, y'all. That's going to be fulfilled. Judgment's got to come, honey. The new heavens got to come down. So it ain't over until it's over. But I advise each and every one of you to love on the Most High Yah with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. And how you know you loving on the Most High, that's the first commandment, with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, is when you start to love your neighbors as yourself. When you start to honor your mother and your father, and you start to do the things in which pleases Yah, makes you his. See, that's what they don't know. See, they thinking because I can say his name and because Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob didn't want to even claim your tail anyway. If you listen to before what he said that was going to befall you in the last days, he was letting you know how ugly you were. See, that's before you was even over in this Western world. That's why I can't accept what the men are saying, because they have never owned up to we some ugly people. We stood there and said, crucify him, crucify him. Just as we do today and walk around like it's okay. But we all listen, we all that. All the things that we've done and continue to do and think that it's all good because we, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, they made everything about them. No, baby. It was about him correcting all your ugliness and your evil and your wicked down here. That's all it was about. It's not about you all this and some. Because if you go back to Genesis and you bump that all the way into Matthew's, further down there, Matthew's to John, Luke, Mark. But let me just take you halfway. You go to Genesis to Matthew's, and you will see how many people, how many children of Abraham he brought down. He don't play. I know they teaching you all this, telling you to disrespect your Father in heaven, telling you to profane his name and dishonor him. And we are all going to the New Jerusalem. You ain't going nowhere. You're going to be right here up in her. Okay? That's where you're going to be. Only one that's going to go are those babies or those young ones that right now being born. You ain't going nowhere. You done did so much dirt on this land. He asked you not to profane him and dishonor him in the face of these heathens, and you did. And you're still doing it. Talking about we the people. Spiritual warning to those who are walking in the light. Don't go backwards. Go forward. That's the only way you can go with assurance that all going to be well with you. When you go forward toward that light, guess what? Everything is waiting for you. Everything you're going to need, everything you're going to want. You're going to get the peace of mind. In spite of all the troubles that's around the world, and it's going to be around the world, you're going to have a peace of mind. You're going to have a joy that was going to be down in you. You're going to be the light that everybody's going to be running to and seeing, trying to get info from you because they see your light. You see, that's why you have to stay in the light. The light represents the love of Yah, the endurance spirit, the faith spirit, the long-suffering spirit, the spirit and truth. You see, being branded for his name's sake, rest within thee. That's the true fruit of the spirit. Not all this bull crap they said, oh, I got a lot of subscribers. That's the fruit. I'm on this here devil platform day and night making videos. That's the fruit. Oh, I got a lot of likes. That's the they mindset is all the way off. Just as it been in the old, so have it been in this day and time. So the warning is still resting on those who are heading to the light. Seek Yah, pray to the Most High Yah. Ask him to continue to suffer you to walk in the light, in the spirit. Warnings are coming to you to desire it, even though you might not know how to walk in that light, even though you might not know the direction to that light. Yah still said, if you just like a mustard seed, desire it, I'll meet you all the way. You tell me, ain't that beautiful? That's just who he is. So Sister Deborah warning is to say that desire it. Hey, Father, I don't want nothing but you. I want you, and I want you and you only. I want to be able to wake up and glorify you. I want to be able to lay down and glorify you. I want to know that what you think about everything that I'm doing and I'm going to do. I'm going to ask you. I'm going to turn to you for any and everything because I want to know what you want from me and for me. That's what he sits on the throne for. That's why he's the creator. Not for us to bypass him and say, "Oh, I need to be in a church, or I need to be amongst the brethren, and I need to be amongst the sisters." And wait a minute, get your butt near Yah and be amongst him, and let him bring you in the midst of where you need to be, because you have to get prepared to be the light. Lots of people are going to be running towards you because they're going to see the light, and they're going to want to desire that you bless them, that you touch them, that you anoint them. And if you walk in the light now and trust Yah with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, give it to him. It ain't worth a dime no way unless it's in him. It ain't worth a dime no way unless it's in him. So you might as well give it to him where it can be worth something in these last and evil days. We're nothing without the Most High Yah. Nothing. I know everybody thinking, oh, we all this, we this, and we that. You ain't nothing without him. Matter of fact, you ain't gonna never be nothing without him. We were given a light, which is a spirit that's connected to him. He gave us that, each and every last one of us. Get in it and get in him. Head to the light. A warning, a spiritual warning. Our men still, and I'm just going to cut through it just a little bit. Okay, let me just cut through it a little bit. Okay. Yeshua HaMashiach, which the world, if that's what they want to do, they can do that. Call him Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, Yeshua is the Son of Man. Okay. HaMashiach is the Son of Yah. Let me say that again. Yeshua is the Son of Man. Okay. HaMashiach is the son of Yah. Yeshua is what they call Jesus. Hamashiach is what they call Christ. Reason why he said denying the power is because these people that runs in this new awakening, they are so left. No, I said south, the end of the south, as it is to the end of the north. That's how distant they are from truth. Okay? They don't understand that the Son of Man was born of the flesh. Okay? But the Son of Yah was born of the Spirit. He showed you throughout the biblical when he dealt with the Son of Man. The Son of Man, when he went to pray and when he went out to be tempted by the devil, who came to minister to him? The angels. Why should the angels come minister to him? And he is God. You don't get it. Because the mission starts off with the Son of Man. The Son of Man had to come down here like one of us and leave like one of us. Just so all of us can gain salvation through the walk that he showed us, that show us that if he can do it, we can do it. You see, that's what that's about. If he can do it, we can do it. But he said, hold up. I'm going to give you a little something. I sent too many down there, my prophets. So, Son of Man, I'm going to give you all my power to help you out. Oh, that power is my beloved. That power is my only begotten. Hallelujah. That power is my Christ. Hallelujah. My power was present at the beginning when I said, let there be my right hand power, light it be. My power's coming with you, Yeshua. I slain you before the foundation of the world. Your blood was needed as the sacrifice. I got to send you down, he's an angel, to be the sacrifice for the people. But it has to be man on man. That's why when he was in Gethsemane, he was saying, take away this bitter cup, not my will, but thy will. You know why? Flesh of a man was crying out. When he got up on that cross and he said, Abba, Abba, why have thou forsaken? The Son of Man was crying out to the Father. Why? Because the Son of God had ascended. Because the Son of Man had to die on the cross like a man, as his mission was ordained before the foundation of the world, the Lamb slaughtered. You see, that was the will of the power of the Father that it goes this way. What I'm understanding about the men and the way they're teaching is out of order. Because yet today, they don't know nothing about his right hand. They don't know nothing about his stretched out arm. They don't know nothing about the presence of us was his right hand power, was Yah's power in the heavens and on the earth that was present in the beginning and created all things. They still in Mickey Mouse land, not even understanding the two and the difference between the two. That came down as one mission in the Father. And when they don't know that, they lost without a cause. You cannot submit to spirits who do not understand spirit and truth, who have not sat up under the Ruach HaKodesh and shut their ugly mouth long enough to be taught and to be led by the Holy Spirit. That's the problem. They won't shut up long enough to be led. They won't be submissive under the word of that proceed out of his mouth. That's what's wrong with them. But they want to lead you. They want to guide you. They want to rule you. And they want you to be up under their feet. How dare you? And if you all want to follow that, you go right ahead. Because Yah said he ain't going to change nothing. Everything is finished, Deborah. I love that too, because he used to stay on me when I was young. Deborah, that which was, that which is, and that which shall be in me, my daughter, it's finished. See, we run around here talking about at the end, at seventh day, the sixth day, he was on the seventh, he was, baby, he was finished before the seventh. He was just sending you a message. Oh, I forgot. He sent certain ones a message, which he said, if it was so, it would fool his very elect, because he knows his elect get it. And those who running around here trying to be a king and a leader and a ruler and a pastor and a seer and watchman and a prophet and a prophetess, all these who want all this clout, but no power. See, that's the sad part. Power to what, Sister Deborah? What power do you hear? Power in spirit and in truth. I understand the right hand is stretched out on. I understand he that sits on the right hand of the power of Yah. Waiting for that power. I understand that Christ is the right hand of the Father. I understand he was present at the beginning. I understand who Yeshua is too. He's sitting on the throne next to the right hand, which is the power of Yah. We're running around here teaching and leading people, and we don't even know the difference. That's because Yah is not allowing you to know no more than your flesh is willing to teach you or to allow you. Because what people are being taught by their flesh and not by the spirit of the Most High Yah. And Yah is allowing it to be so. But I will send a spiritual warning again. You are not going to enter into the promised land. No, you're not. Okay? Now, don't get me wrong. There's going to be a crew, a small remnant, and they're going to get over there, but it won't be you. Everybody at the sound of my voice really would look at me and say, oh, she don't know when you won't. Wait a minute, we're gonna see that bridge you're going to cross to get over there, because she ain't going nowhere. Because no one is willing to submit to spirit and truth. No one is willing to submit to the Creator, the Father, the all power of who he is. No one is willing to submit to the fullness of understanding who Yeshua HaMashiach is. They don't want to do none of that. All they want is all their books, Enoch and all these books of man, the same men that been having them under captivity in the last 400 years, then made those same books that they running around here grabbing and bringing to their bosom. They took these from us. They took these. The Most High himself had to tell me that's a lie from the pit of hell. Because everything he gives you is spirit. If your forefathers wasn't as wicked and evil as they were, it would have been with them when they got over here. Because it is spirit and it is truth. But they were so wicked and loaded with unjust and wrongdoing, so much of it, till they got over here and couldn't manifest anything outside of what they was willing to accept from the white man. And that's what they did. And that's what made them fall in love with the white man's ways and fall in love with doing everything according to the white man, even when slavery never's over. But even when that time give them the right to be able to worship and serve, they still to today sitting here talking about they awakening. What the hell are you awakening to? You ain't never been asleep. What you doing is you can come to the knowledge. Okay? But awakening is a religion that has been formed. And a lot of these men are eating it up from the floor up as a means to deceive a people. And they're doing a great job. A great job. Because that's why the falling away been going on probably for the last 30 years. Because they just deceiving you to believe what they say and not what y'all say. And y'all don't have no problem with that. Because when he showed me how his back was turned from these same people, I was like, what your back turned for? He said, that's how I am. I turn my back from them. I don't hear them, Deborah. My back just turned from them. See, that's what you all don't understand. You don't understand who you messing with. You don't understand who you dealing with. You don't understand who he is. You could care less. You too, so many are so caught up in themselves, they could care less or to even have, when the Most High said to me, he had pity on his name. I said, Father, thank you so much, because I be feeling the same way about you. Just so sad that you gave us all of this and you done all of this for thousands of years. And here we are today in the year 2021. Ain't no difference than what we were from the beginning. We are worse and can't see. We can't see. And he was saying, when he was talking about a strong delusion, I was like, oh, Father, I get you, because they're not going to get it. So when Sister Deborah's on here and she's telling you all, do y'all see all these men killing these women, these boys killing their brothers, their fathers, their mothers? Do y'all see all this stuff that's going on amongst the tribe of Judah that's wicked and evil? And nobody's saying anything? You're not even telling them, why should the white man respect you and you're walking around here with your pants on the ground and walking? You don't even have the integrity to tell your brothers to pull up their pants and put a belt on. No, you don't want to tell them that because you're so busy putting your fringes on, wrapping your head, because you think that's got something to do with how you serve Y'all don't give a rat's behind what's on the outside of a man. It's what's on the inside. That's why I know that many of them are lost without a cause, because it's about your spirit. Is your spirit worshiping me? Is it serving me? Is it desiring me? While we running around here trying to be a certain way men have been saying for years. The reason why he was telling me about how the hate is so high against the tribe of Judah women. The reason that it was a time, and it has been a time where when he said that you should have ruler, they took on that ruler as a position which were evil. And they took that ruler and made her like unto a cattle, or like unto something they could sell for money. And Yah did not stop them from doing any of that, because he said, if you do it unto your own, you see, you do it unto thyself. So that's what they're wanting to be able to continue to do, is get us to the point where they were able to sell us. That means we don't have no say-so in anything that they do. That's why GEOC, Pastor Dow, and any other man that gets on these devil platforms talking about submitting to them. You don't submit to the man's flesh. You submit to his spirit. And if his spirit has not submitted to your Most High, you better not walk in front of him nor in back of him. Don't even walk on his side. Get away from him. I'm warning you in the spirit. This is a spiritual warning. Anybody that have not submitted themselves to the Most High Yah, don't give them the time of day. Don't even listen to them. Many are on this devil platform to deceive you. So when I'm hearing them talk, let me tell you from where I'm coming from, the wilderness, but guess what I see? I don't see them no different than the beast. I don't see them no different. I don't see them no different than the system that's deceiving the people. I don't see them no different. And you want me to tell you something? Keep living long enough. If it's Yah's will, he'll show you. That's how he see them too. See, because they're out of order in all kind of orders. And if they don't find their way toward the light, now, the light is also similar to Noah. You remember he was telling them over and over, going out, telling them. Or if you notice what Moses did also, y'all, this is what he did. A lot of what the men are doing today, Moses also did. Because every time Yah would tell him to tell them, Moses really wanted to stand in the gap of the people. So that's showing you his spirit was really where the people's spirit was. A lot of times he was frustrated because they did what he told them not to do according to what Yah had told him. But he would buckle up with Yah like it's his fault because they wanted to do evil. You see what I'm talking about? That's how the men are today. They want to support Pastor Dow. They want to support GOCC. Anytime Ricardo, whatever his name is, anytime these men start talking about women, getting them in order and getting them in check, you're supposed to do this and you're supposed to do that. That's when you know you better get your butt away from them and run from them. Because where we at today is not about getting under your order, under your rulership, and being submissive to you. It is about following the light. It is about getting in the direction where the light can lead you and guide you. It is not about following an individual to where they want to go. So you need to get out of that. So this is a warning to all the elects to follow the light. Get with Yeshua HaMashiach. For sure, HaMashiach is the right-hand power of Yah. He has the power to move you to the light. You got to get with the Muhammad. You have to get with Yeshua HaMashiach. He will lead you to the light. But you got to believe that he is all that Yah has caused him to be. So Sister Deborah, I'm not going to hold you long, but I will say this has been a lovely evening, and it is an hour and in almost 12 minutes, and I'm not going to hold you. This was part 2 of the coming in the spirit of warning. And I'm going to tell you something that I found that was really, really sad. The saddest thing is this: only on the devil platform do many people like and subscribe when there's a lot of dirt warning. When there's a lot of dirt that's warning people, everybody wants to hear the dirt of the world, but they want to say they represent the Most High Yah. And when Yah pointed that out to me, I had never seen it until he told me to go back over what you have spoken. When I say praise Yah, honor him, worship him, tell him you forgive, he ask him to forgive you, or you all, let's pray. All these things, when he was showing me, he said, see that? They ain't no different. I wanted you to be able to put this out so you can see where you at, meaning where he has brought me to. So not thinking that because I'm in the wilderness, he's showing me this, it ain't going to match down on the earth exactly what he's giving me from the wilderness. It is matching it to the T. And I thank the Most High Yah for that. So Sister Deborah, say to those that was in the live chat, I appreciate you coming on. And I am not going to say when I'm coming on. I'm just going to come on. I'm going to love on Yah while I am on here. And I'm just going to be about my Father's business, because there's no business greater than his business. None whatsoever on the face of the earth can outweigh his business. And all this other stuff that's going on, if you want to wobble in that, go right ahead. Sister Deborah only going to start only speaking. I'm going to come live all the time, and I'm going to only speak what he gives me, and I'm going to put it out as bold as he has given it to me, because he even spoke in the last days there will be those he will send out that will be bold. And I mean, I don't have time to try to reason or to say what people want to hear. I'm just here for my Father's business and his business only. So Sister Deborah, would say I hope you have a wonderful night, and I will be back again soon. So I say unto you, shalom and shalom.